Hey guys, welcome to breakfast with me, even though it's in the afternoon. I hope y'all are having a good week. We have had a ton of company here lately, so I wanted to share with y'all some ways that I plan ahead just a little bit. It really doesn't take 15 minutes really to plan ahead and have this ready. So the last thing I want to do when I have company is be stuck in the kitchen and not visiting with them. Although I always recruit everyone to help me cook when they come stay with us. But it's still fun to just have a few things planned ahead. And what I found too is that this is great for a weekday breakfast as well. So when you're stressed or you've got kids and you're trying to do a million things at the same time, the last thing you need to do is try to make breakfast in the middle of chaos. So just a tiny bit of pre-planning, either the night before, and this is 3 days worth, so you can do this on Sunday night and you've at least got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday taken care of. Right? Just a little bit of planning really sets yourself up for success, and it makes your week just go a lot smoother. And when your mornings are a little bit smoother and less stressful, then it seems like, at least for me, my day goes a lot smoother. So here are some great hacks for y'all to start with. Mason jar. Now, I will say this, get Kerr brand mason jars because they don't leak when you shake them up. And we're gonna use this to shake up our eggs. This is an easy way to have eggs already scrambled perfectly before you even have to go to the skillet. So you're not cracking in a bowl and whipping them up and then having to go to the skillet. You have all these dishes. I crack them all in a Kerr mason jar. And then I'm going to add my seasonings straight into the jar with it. So I'm going to add a little bit of kosher salt. Now I've got several eggs here. So this is either one of two things. It's either going to feed a lot of people or it's going to feed a couple people for 3 mornings, right? You just pour a little bit of out in the morning to make enough scrambled eggs that you think you're going to eat. And then you put it back in the refrigerator. But just do that 3 times. Use it by the 3rd day because once they're cracked, they're going to start, going bad. So you want to make sure that you're using them. So we do salt and pepper, and then we like chives in ours, which you can put whatever you want. If you want like crushed red pepper or jalapenos or a little bit of shredded cheese, if you're into that, you can certainly just add it right into the jar with it. Now you have to add, if you really want good creamy, perfect scrambled eggs, you've got to add a little bit of milk. Now we don't do dairy milk, but we do that. Y'all make sure it's plain, original, not vanilla, because that's not going to work too swift for your eggs. But we're going to put a little bit of, and I eyeball it, just eyeball it, you're fine. A little bit of almond milk in there with it. And then buy these little plastic lids. These are great to have on hand. And now you're scrambling and working out at the same time. It's a great arm workout, right? Just don't fling the jar because it's glass. Okay, perfect scrambled eggs. So to sit this in the fridge, it's ready to go in the morning. So I've done this for years, especially at Christmas time when we have brunch here. I will have jars of scrambled eggs already scrambled, so to speak, and ready to go in the skillet in the morning for me. So there's your eggs. The next thing I do is, if we're going to do sausage, again, I'm not going to cook the sausage. You can do your bacon this way too if you're into turkey bacon or whatever. I'm not going to cook it in the skillet. It takes forever, and I need the skillet to be cooking the eggs. And if you get multiple things going at the same time, it cuts your cook time down. Yay! So we're all into easy prep, quick cooking techniques, right? So, our new favorite thing is we've got our venison, at least one deer, made into summer sausage. It's awesome. And technically you don't have to cook it, but we really have found that we like it cooked, especially on the grill, but I ain't getting on the grill in the morning. So, ta-da! You can totally do it in the skillet, but like I said, I'm not dirtying up a bunch of skillets and wasting my time over there. So I'm going to do this in the oven under the broiler while the eggs are cooking, but I'm going to do this before the morning. So I have lined my cookie sheet. Now these are jelly roll pans. I got these at Sam's, and you get 2 for like $5 or $10 or something. It's so worth it. But always line it. 2 reasons. 1, it extends the life of your cookie sheet because I've had these forever. And 2, it's no mess. I don't want to clean anything. So if I can get away with no dishes, I'm going to definitely do that. So I just sliced up my sausage, you know, and you can use regular old sausage if you want, but if you've got deer sausage, it's a little healthier for you, and it's not as fatty, and it's leaner, so the calories are a little lower, and it's better, and it tastes super yummy. So, you know, use what you like. It's still going to work the same way. Line it up on your sheet pan, and you've got 2 options here. 1, you can cook it now, and you can just have it in the refrigerator pre-cooked, right? Or, like I said, wrap this up, put a piece of tinfoil over it, slide it in the fridge too next to your eggs, and stick it under the broiler while your eggs are cooking, and it's fresh and hot. Especially if you've got company, that's always better. But if it's just you, you know, your family or whatever, and you don't mind leftovers, do it the night before and you've got it pre-done. You can actually even refreeze that already cooked up like that, and you've got it super done, right? And you just thaw it out and make kind of like a little breakfast sandwich. Get some English muffins or toast or biscuits or whatever else you like to do, and make yourself a little sandwich and microwave it. You're good to go. All right, next, one more thing that I like to do is, hold on a sec, crock pot oatmeal. Now, y'all, I've got a stupid easy recipe which I am super happy to share with y'all. I've got it as a PDF that you can print out for free. If you will, I put the link in the little description. So if you'll click on that link, then I'll send you that PDF, because hadn't quite figured out how to add it to this video, but maybe I will one of these days figure that out. I'm using this itty bitty teeny tiny little crock pot, and it looks like it's not going to work. It looks like it's too much for the crock pot, but it's not. It totally works, so don't freak out. But this makes 3 servings. So I always like to have an oatmeal with fruit, just for people who maybe don't like eggs, or they're vegetarian, or they really just prefer, I'm a big oatmeal girl, so I like oatmeal, but or kids sometimes, you know, really like the oatmeal. I'm going to use Bob's Red Meal. I love Bob's because they're whole rolled oats, which means that they're less processed, so they have more fiber in them, and they stay in your tummy. It takes longer to digest, and it stays in your tummy longer, so you're not as hungry. We like that. So I'm going to use a ½ cup of the oats, and I just put that straight into the crock pot, and then I do a cup of the almond milk, unsweet, and if you have vanilla, that actually works fine in the oatmeal. I mean, that flavor would be okay. Just make sure you don't put vanilla milk in your eggs. Blech. So, a cup of almond milk, a cup of water, and then I really love apples in my oatmeal. I love apples, cinnamon, and even some raisins or dates are really yummy in your oatmeal too. But I will cut up 1½ of these Fuji apples, and I like the super sweet ones. If you'll use sweet fruit, peaches work great because they're super sweet, and you can just buy frozen, especially this time of year when they're really not in season and they're not going to be that great. I'll just buy the frozen fruit and put an equivalent to 1½. So I'll usually will put, if I'm using frozen like berries or something, I'll usually put a cup, maybe a cup and a half, equivalent to 1½ big old apples in there. The longer the oatmeal sits after it's cooked in the refrigerator, the sweeter and sweeter it gets. So by day 3, you don't need any sugar or honey or sweetener in that at all. It's really pretty sweet. So try it out. If you're trying to get your kids off sugar or something like that, really try this crock pot oatmeal with the sweeter fruits like peaches, apricots, apples, raisins, dates, and let it sit after it's cooked for at least 1 day and let it sweeten up a little bit more, and I bet you won't even have to add honey, but you can always do that. Then I always add a little bit of cinnamon. Do that to taste. This is my favorite cinnamon, Tones. It's just, I don't know, it tastes really good. It tastes better than any of the other cinnamons on the market that I find. But I like spice, so I have my very own sugar bowl, and I mix cinnamon and cayenne pepper together, okay? Now, be sure that you tell your company that this is your special cinnamon or you'll kill them. You don't want to kill your company off. But I really like it hot and spicy, and those two combinations are awesome. It's great in your oatmeal. I like it on my sweet potatoes. So play around with that and see if you like a little cayenne pepper mixed with your cinnamon. Anyway, just a pinch of salt in there to go with it, and you will cook it on high for a couple hours. It's good to go, and I usually just put the crock pot in there, but if you want to make life even simpler, dish it out into 3 dish servings, and you've got it. You can grab it and take it to work and microwave it at work or at the office or whatever on your way, and you've got super easy breakfast. I'm going to read some of y'all's little comments on there. Oh, I got yes, yum. Good. So if you guys have any questions or comments, please leave them below. I will respond. And y'all stay tuned. Next week, I've got some cool big news and lots of fun new things coming your way. I cannot wait to share with you. And I will see y'all soon. Hopefully these recipes help y'all out. Love you guys. Hugs. Bye.